7:37 at iFiber 1 on a Wednesday. That means we bring in Dale and Jerry. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good
Hi,
morning.
how's everybody?
We are well on a Wednesday. It is chilly out there starting the day.
It is chilly today and tomorrow, or tomorrow will be the first days that it hasn't gotten to 60 or beyond since April.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Good
during the
note
day.
there.
Yeah, just a little tidbit.
Mr. Trivia.
I contribute something.
Yeah, thanks.
So now I'll just turn the mic over to Jerry
now
and she
we
can
are
talk to us.
just out of time. No, so Jerry, this past Saturday, Habitat for Humanity handed over the keys, right?
Oh, yeah. How was that?
That was great.
Very cool.
And we had really good attendance there.
Oh,
the
good.
house is very, very nice. In fact, I was going to forward you a picture of the house, and I forgot. Maybe I'll write up a little something
I
for
saw a
that.
pic. Somebody had posted a photo.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
see
Maybe
that.
Scotty
Yeah.
Mills did or something like that.
Scotty may have, or John Kuna, our construction
Right.
guy.
Okay.
But he's not so much on, and maybe Deanna, from the Habitat office,
Maybe
the
that's
volunteer
what it was.
coordinator. But we had a great turnout, and it's the theme that I tried to say with the introduction is that this is an example where we always speak of it takes a village.
Yes.
And when you look at what it takes to bring a habitat house up, it is involvement of that entire village. So who we like to thank, of course, are those people that have donated materials and time and labor there. So we have big companies like Sierra Pacific, as I mentioned last week, the roofer Cogent.
Mm-hmm.
They donated not only their time to do the roofing, but their supplier donated the materials, and that's kind of the theme or what goes into the materials in building the house. But we have many, many volunteers and individuals, as well as what we call team builds. And so we had several teams that got together, and this is a team from an organization. And some of those organizations that provided team build for this house were North Mason Resources, the USS Ohio team,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
St. Edward's Catholic Youth
Well,
Group.
wait a second. How did they get in touch with you, the USS Ohio? How would that
one of the individuals, and I'm sorry I don't know the individual's name. He lives in the area, likes Habitat, and he organized
Cool.
that. Typically,
That's
it's
really
somebody
cool.
from
That
one
is
of
really
those
cool.
organizations that organize that.
Sailors are always looking for something to do.
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
And
Good things to
Especially on land.
do. Yes.
St. Edward's Catholic Youth Group, Skookum Rotary, members and families of that. PUD3 did a day of caring. Shelton High School cheerleaders did. Shelton Baptist Church,
Wow.
and of course the family and their friends. They have to put in so many hours, at least 400 hours of quote sweat equity.
I mean, these are amazing organizations. People
Yes.
talk about, oh, there's so much apathy. Nobody's helping anybody. There's not a lot going on. Here is a great example. This weekend is a great example
Yes.
of people
Yeah.
giving back to
Right.
the
Oh,
communities.
absolutely.
And it's out there. It's if you want to find it or not.
Right.
Because the
Want to find it.
resources
and
are there, the
other-
people are there.
And the other part is sharing what yourself.
Yeah.
What you want to do. We have one volunteer who is also a board member that put in over 600 hours
Wow.
of labor on this house. So the good news is that house has been handed off to the new homeowners, and they're ecstatic, and we have poured the concrete
man.
for the foundation of our next house, which is house
No
number
time,
29.
no rest for the wicked.
No.
Yeah.
Right.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
We went up and looked at
Yeah.
the foundation. Yeah.
Cool.
And so
Very cool.
we continue to solicit materials, contributions from the community.
Tax exempt
It's
or
a-
whatever, you can
Yeah,
write that off.
5013C. And then, we go to these major companies here in our community to get materials, and we're filing for some grants and have received a grant from United Way for our home preservation.
Oh, nice.
Now,
nice.
home preservation helps those who need, maybe there's a life-changing event that happened and they need to have a modification to their entryway or whatever to keep the family in the home. And that too is a big effort, and I think our goal was over 50 houses this year to do the home preservation for. So
Okay.
some of our grants have been specific to the home preservation, so we have the money for the labor, and we typically get the materials from the community. So anyway, it's
That's awesome.
it's
That is
Good on
awesome.
and it's all
Habitat.
orchestrated by
yeah.
Marty Crow, and Marty is he's a very great community
Yeah, yes.
person and contributor in a big part of Skookum Rotary as
Yeah,
well. So anyway, we're
Cool.
very fortunate to have those volunteers and our staff.
We were talking, went on a walk this morning before the show started, and reminiscing of some Oyster Fests
Past.
gone by, and some of the great memories that I have of
man.
time that we had been up there back when it was at the fairgrounds, and just some of those were really wet weekends, and some of the great ways that people are giving back. What do you guys look for when you head out there to Oyster Fest this weekend?
Well, I seem to end up in the beer garden somehow.
Yeah, you have to have I have to
well,
have
I
a
don't
leash
even know how
on.
that happened.
I'll see you
Gee,
there.
I wonder why. Food this
After
year
I
inside
support
the
all
beer
the
garden.
nonprofits,
Of course.
Yes.
then I'll go to the beer
There
garden,
you
and
go.
then we do send out. But I understand there's going to be a couple
Couple
food
fooders
vendors
inside.
right there.
Yeah.
Which because we were always having runners.
Yeah.
and they'd
Yeah.
have to go get in that big long line or whatever and come back, and boy, you'd be so starving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
they got back.
Yeah.
Jeez, parched too.
Yeah.
I haven't heard. I missed maybe the music lineup, but they've got plenty of music.
Oh yeah,
lined up.
same with the classics that are coming out. Hurts Like Hell band at the
Okay.
beer stage, you know.
yeah.
The lady
some-
likes whiskey
yeah,
Lady Likes Whiskey,
for
okay,
sure. And then
okay.
it's more of acoustic,
for the wine area.
quieter
they
feel for
said.
the wine
Yeah.
area. Yeah.
And we always enjoy
The wine-
the
the wine
chili
folks.
tasting that the fire department
Yes.
typically
Oh, yeah.
have their
Oh,
competition.
take it.
Hey, try some of
Oh,
that.
Oh yeah,
chili
they
down
have
there,
about
too?
what 4 or 5
Oh yes.
temperatures.
Yes.
Oh wow, very cool.
Yeah,
I've been
that's
making chili
Central
already.
Mason, they
Yeah.
specialize in the chili,
Yeah.
and they usually have three.
3. Yeah.
3 different levels.
So hot, and hotter,
One
right?
is-
Yeah.
Smoke out of your ears. is one
Oh,
of
I'm
them.
not good with real hot.
It is,
you know.
yeah.
I'll try it.
5
but,
alarmer or something like
Yeah.
Folks are always in such great spirits up there. It's
Yeah.
just uplifting.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I come away with.
A reminder that we don't bring up a lot because I don't know why, but there is transit available at the high school,
Right.
at the yacht club, and here at the Civic
Yeah.
Center in downtown.
Yeah.
And what Heidi was mentioning is that the buses will take you right to the front,
Right.
so there's no parking concerns.
Yes, that's
Right.
really a
And so you
great
get
way
in,
to go.
and it zips you through the lines because you'll notice the car lines on 101 towards the entrance are massive.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Out of towners don't know about the bus.
right.
so.
That
Bus, take
that
the
one
bus.
time I think we're going opposite direction. I can't remember, but it was backed up all the way to the Quaqualam
Yep.
overpass.
Yep.
I'm going,
Oh,
oh
my goodness.
Yeah.
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 Well, on a clear day like we're thinking for this weekend, people,
Hey.
just like a car show, they come
Right.
from all
Right.
over.
Yeah, and they do come from all over. That's another fun part is as when we had booths, we'd ask where you were from, and man, people from Canada, they come from all over.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, Oregon,
Good.
some guy from the Oregon coast, he says, "Oh, you have to come down for our Newport Jazz Festival sometime
Yeah.
in Oregon, you know."
Interesting.
And we do this every year, you know.
This
So, I
is-
mean, it's just fun. It's just really so.
Yeah, and this is also a great opportunity to sell our community. If tourism is our one of those targeted industries, it's a matter of a lot of people know Oyster Fest, but they don't know beyond that. So I'm hoping that the county's got a tourism booth
There you go.
this year. That
Tourism booth.
Non-profit.
Get one.
What the county?
Right.
Not no profit. It's not profit.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
this is a nonprofit,
That's what I'm saying.
but
The
not a.
Listen, this
county
county
has
has
no profit.
County hasn't cut a profit for a long time, so.
Just be honest. Very cool. Listen, we've got that's about it for you guys, but I will say some unfortunate circumstances takes Vicki away from the show next week, and Dale has
Ta-da.
so kindly decided to
Get
sit
the
in.
band back.
The voice of Radio
We're
Past
getting the
will
band
be.
back together
Yes.
next week. Are you
That'll be
committing to
fun.
all the days right now?
I was looking at my calendar, and I think I can squeeze in
Most
the
of them?
morning show from 5 to 9. It's pretty open.
Well-
so Thursday, Friday, and then the following.
We got it pretty
Monday through
streamlined. You don't have to be
Yeah.
here till 5:55.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Just like the old days.
Yeah, just like he, just like
The
he
11th,
could-
the 12th, 15th, 16th, 17th. Jeff and
Okay,
Dale.
I look forward to it. It'll be a lot of fun.
But Jeff,
Absolutely.
you may not be able to use your streaming or your video because
Oh yeah. No, we'll get the stream going. We'll take that out and get the dump button working. We'll be back and we'll be back.
All right,
Ready to
looking
go.
forward to
Very
that.
fun. That'll be a lot of fun. All right, 7:47 at I-Fiber 1. Thank you guys.
You bet.
Yeah.